Set in an alternate world of Art Deco beauty and steampunk horror, Monstress tells the epic story of Micah Halfwolf, a teenage survivor of a cataclysmic war between humans and their hated enemies, the Arcanics. In the face of oppression and terrible danger, Micah is both hunter and hunted, searching for answers about her mysterious past as those who seek to use her remain just one step behind. And all the while, the monster within begins to awaken. Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode, another edition of A Week in Geekdom here on YouTube. This time we are reviewing Monstress Volume 1, the smash hit of 2016, and I'll tell you why. For the past 3 weeks, I have been trying to read this book for you guys, and it has been a pain because life just wants to screw with you when you least expect it. But here we are, finally. I read the first volume of Monstress. I got this way back early 2016, and just now I had the chance to finally read it and share some thoughts with you guys about it and why I think it deserves that spot as one of Amazon's top-selling best graphic novels of this year. I think it's worth it. I think it is a fantastic book that everybody should try. Monstress is a very imaginative, fantastical world where lots of creatures roam around. And one of my favorite panels in the book, it's not story heavy, but it does explain to you a lot of what's happening. And it is the races of the known world. We have the humans, we've got the ancients, we've got the old gods, the cats, and the Arcanics, which are basically half-breeds like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. We get to follow the character of Micah Halfwolf. She's a teenage Arcanic that looks mostly human. She's got a big eye across her chest, and she has been branded that way, and later on we find out somewhat why she has that branding and why characters like the Arcanics are being sold into slavery for the witches or the Kumaea or something. I hope I'm saying that right. I think so. I don't know. Am I saying it right? And the Kumaea are basically like this witch cult of religious fanatics. They have crazy powers and do all sorts of nasty things to the poor Arcanics. Anyways, the book is fantastic. It has a ton of characters, from Master Ren, the poet cat, which is pretty cool. I actually like him a lot. And then you have characters like Keepa and other fantastic creatures in this world. And the actual designs for everything just looks so great. It is a story filled with monsters and beautiful designs on clothing, armors, vehicles. It's just brimming with richness and detail that I hope you appreciate. And of course, where this epic war just happened a few years ago between the Arcanics and the humans with the Kumaea. This book is about fear and the power that comes with it when it is placed on the wrong and right hand. Every character has something to gain from each other, and that's something I appreciate, because this is a story that is so large and encompassing the whole their whole universe, I guess, their whole world, that if these characters didn't exist, then this review would be totally different. But if there's one thing that I'm sure we can all agree on, is of course the art. Holy crap, Sana Takeda's art in this book is just spectacular. Beautiful book. Everybody is so expressive. Like I read at the beginning, it is this perfect blend of Art Deco and steampunk, and it even has some anime style thrown into it. This is a perfect mix of Eastern and Western comic books in its most simplistic form. It is a very heavy book with over exposition that I think might deter some readers out there from checking it out, because just from the first issue alone, you are bombarded with information that otherwise, yeah, it could have been told in a simpler manner. But this is a world that is beaming and just thriving with world building. You have all these characters inhabiting this world, and everybody is in relation to each other. When you start the book, you're just thrown into the middle of this attack on Zamora, and you're expected to understand what's happening, but that's all right. By the end of the first issue, you start to grasp things and what's happening, and with every passing issue, you start understanding more and more. Now, this is a world where humans are jealous bunches and will hate anything that's different. And that is a major theme here in Monstress, the idea of being different, and Marjorie Liu just expertly weaves in and out of these themes and creates a story where you can relate to some of the characters. Sometimes their actions, you might not agree with them, like such as the case with Micah. I did not agree wholeheartedly with everything she was doing, but the character is really interesting. She's trying to find out about her past while at the same time searching for a very mysterious item. This reminded me of Last Exile, the anime, with like the art sensibilities of Wolf's Rain and just the overall wackiness of Spice and Wolf. And you mix that all up in comic book form and you get Monstress. I don't know what I just said, but it makes sense in my head. It is that type of story where you combine different elements from European folklore, Asian sensibilities, and just overall craziness that you want to inject. I guess you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. There are some really deep philosophical questions to be had in here with the way characters are treated just because they are different, and that is as relevant as ever in today's society. And you know, the concept of hatred out of misunderstanding. Yes, both sides can commit atrocities, but that you can't just generalize that everybody's like that and just we try and find a happy medium. So yeah, Monstress Volume 1 by Marjorie Liu. I highly recommend it. It is fantastic, great visuals. Might be a little exposition heavy, but that's okay. You get answers, don't worry about it. But overall, I highly recommend it. It is a fascinating, fantastic read and something different for your geeky reads. As always, guys, you can follow me on your favorite social media platform from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Periscope. Just type a week in Geekdom and I'm there for you guys. Alright, I gotta go. I have more stuff to review and talk about, and I will catch you on our next installment. Thank you for tuning in to another installment. You can keep the conversation going through your favorite social media platform. You can like and subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, like our fan page on Facebook, and favorite our pics on Instagram. You can also write to us for feedback, suggestions, and such via aweekingeekdom@gmail.com. Until next time. Am I the only one that finds similarities between these two characters?